Hi, and welcome to the Fairy Godmother Spot of Wisdom and Knowledge. I'm Reverend Elizabeth Howell, and my co-host is...
Hi, I'm Reverend Cynthia. Welcome aboard today.
If you have been watching our shows, thank you for watching. Please share and like, and if you are a newbie, welcome for the first time. Please also share and like. Share it with your friends. Tell them about us. We're slowly building, I think. Slowly building. I think this year, we've been a whole year and some days.
It's actually closer to a year and a half, I think.
Okay, year and a half doing this.
A little inconsistently, but we've been doing it.
Inconsistently has been true. We had a few, I personally have had a few setbacks. I had a 40-foot tree fall and smash my car, like really smash it. And that set me back. So, I just kind of got out of that one. It kind of got me out of the rhythm of taping. So, because I had to go through all the...
We're going to get you back in the rhythm.
Back in the rhythm now. Back in the rhythm. So it's a new year. Had a great Christmas myself, had a great New Year, and now I'm all refreshed and ready to go.
Excellent.
Yeah. So excited. How have you been? How has been your Christmas and New Year?
Well, Christmas isn't really my holiday. I do more Yule. And it was quiet. I did a little fire celebration for myself, and that was about it.
Yeah. Well, we had the kind of recouping, and the weather here in Ohio has been a little,
Yeah.
on and off.
It's been Ohio weather.
Yeah, it's been Ohio weather. Well, upcoming, we got some things on our plates here for the upcoming year for sure. Upcoming, we are going to be doing psychic fairs again.
And I have those updated on your website.
Yeah, we have them
updated. So that is updated with links to February and March at least.
Yeah, so it'll be February 15th is going to be the first psychic fair for this year. That will be at the VFW in Brunswick on South Carpenter Road. We have definitely going to be a wonderful fair. We're going to have great readers. March 22nd, April 19th, June 7th, July 12th, August 9th, September 6th, and October 4th, and December 6th. We are having a big fair November 1st at the Best Western Plus at 82 and 71.
In Strongsville.
But we are also adding a fair April 26th. That is going to be at a location soon to be announced. That'll be a big fair as well. So we will have
So we're going to have two fairs in April?
Yeah, absolutely.
And no fair in May?
No fair in May.
Yet.
We're going to take a break in May. Yeah, yet. We may add some because we've been requested to move around some locations. So we may be adding a fair in Akron area and maybe in Parma. I don't know, Parma Heights, maybe Oberlin. I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Works for me.
Yeah, coolness. I don't know. I'm all over the place, but who knows? We're going to just kind of enjoy ourselves. I'm going to do some gallery events. I'm going to start teaching again, psychic development. I'm going to be doing some more hypnosis.
Yeah, I have a despacho ceremony that I'll be doing on February 1st, which I know is kind of short notice for that. But I hopefully, if it goes well, it won't be the last one. I'll do them, maybe a couple times a year.
Yeah, well, last year you did one at one of the psychic fairs.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was wonderful because people could come in at the fair and put their prayers into the prayer bundle, and you did a ceremony for healing. It was great. Loved it. Everyone loved it.
Yeah,
so.
For those that don't know, a despacho ceremony is a prayer bundle. So it has layers of offerings to the deities, to the divine, and whatever flavor is right for you. I firmly believe that they all are the same energy. It's just you see the face that you need to see to connect. But with that, then we put what's called a kintu around the edges. There's a bunch of those. Each person generally gets a kintu of 3 leaves. You blow your prayers, your 3 prayers into the leaves, and then we add those around the edge of the pile of offerings. It's really very beautiful.
It is beautiful, and I love the fire ceremony that goes with it. It's amazing.
Well, that won't be public. That
right.
I will take it home just because of where it's at. There's no ability to do an open fire.
Right. But it's still beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes.
Anyway, so I'm going to jump into the cosmic traffic report. So we did miss the first half of January, and it looks like this may not air until, well, this might be over with, but we will get ahead, finally
People
get
will
caught
be able
up.
to see how accurate you are, though.
We'll finally get caught up. So we're going to do the Cosmic Traffic Report, and then you're going to do the animals. And then I'm going to go into a little bit of some prognostication a little bit with astrology. And I did a tarot reading on the upcoming year for the United States. I focused just on the United States. So I just kind of laid out some cards and wanted to get an idea when I was praying and meditating for the new year. So I wrote down some little notes. So I'll go into that later. Right now, we know that January 19th, the sun moves into the sign of Aquarius. Happy birthday at 8:44 p.m. Happy birthday, Aquarians. All right, so Mercury on January 20th will move into the sign of Aquarius as well at 11:40 a.m. I think that will be the planet of communication, Mercury. Now moves into a more resourceful and intuitive energy. Our thoughts may be more original, and we may be more observant as well, and make better judgments when we're dealing with other people. It may make us more studious, more social, and fond of reading on subjects that stimulate our minds and stimulate abstract ideas. Opinions may now be a little bit more open. Our opinions may be more open, and they may change as we are more open and reflective, and writing and speaking will become more easy. This is good for the Aquarians, a little rough for the Leos, and challenging for the Scorpions, and the Scorpions and Taurus. January 23rd, the Sun will conjunct Pluto, and that will be at 3 degrees Aquarius. Now, this is going to be very intense. This is a point of I call it like a great forceful energy, because this is the Sun and Pluto. Pluto is a planetoid, as we might say, but I feel it does have great influence when the Sun comes together. So this will be a forceful energy into the evening, because this is at 5:28 p.m. into the next day. It creates strong desires on all levels, physical, mental, spiritual, and it creates extreme obsession for power. We may experience a lack of tolerance for others because of their weaknesses, and we may seek to feed our egos through small victories. Power plays will come into play. Power plays in general at home and at work may arise, leading to conflicts. It is not a good time to make major decisions, especially around relationships and work relationships. So this is good for the Aquarians, because they're going to be very much empowered, and they're going to be very intuitive. They're going to be seeing through the BS, all right? But this is always a good thing when somebody's able to see through the BS. Yeah, but this is going to be rough for the Leos, very rough for the Leos, and very challenging for the Tauruses and the Scorpio. I think I'm going to stay home that night. I don't think I'm going to go out. I would have stayed home anyway. January 21st, also the Sun conjuncts Mercury at 1 degree Aquarius. So we have a lot of Sun in Aquarius conjuncting Mercury, Pluto. We've got a lot of built up energy at a very low degrees. Again, I think I'm going to hide. So if you guys don't hear from me and you wonder why, I'm hiding. I'm going to be like the groundhog. I'm going to be hiding. I won't come. I'm just hiding. So Sun conjunct Mercury, this transit brings out a very strong creative energy for the day. Our minds will be a bit scattered and impulsive, and at times we may also be reflective and introspective of ourselves and other people around us. And we may think too much about ourselves, though. We may also think too much about our own problems. We need to let go of self-criticism. Our thoughts may hold us back, and it is a good time for making lists and to apply ourselves to the chores that we need to do for the upcoming year. This transit's good for the Aquarians, rough for the Leos, and challenging for the Scorpions and the Tauruses. January 23rd, Mars, the planet of action, will move into the sign of Aquarius, joining those other two planets. The planet of action now will be in a very electric energy, and that will happen at 4:15 a.m. This transit will make bring into us into a skilled and modern outlook. on how we get things done. We may attempt to try new technology. We may kind of want to try new products or new and improved. What's new out there? Basically, things that will help us to become more productive in our work, in our home, and in our health. Traditional things, may rub us the wrong way right now. And we may feel that we need to rebel against some things that are traditional. This will be good for the Aquarians, rough for the Leos, and challenging for the Tauruses and the Scorpios.
Boy, you Scorpios are really getting hit this
Yeah. January 26th, Neptune moves into the sign of Aries. Now, it had been in the sign of Aries briefly at the end of 2025, and it's now officially in the sign of Aries and will be for 12, I think it's like 6 years or 12 years, something like that. I got to double check.
This is a good thing.
I think I looked it up here. It will be in there for a while. We'll talk about that. Neptune in the sign of Aries. We'll talk about when it did this when we did the prognostications. Prognostications. There we go. I feel like I'm whatever on that movie, the Groundhog Day. The last time it was in the sign of last time it was in the sign of Aries was it'll be in there for 13 years, and it was last time it was in there was 164 years ago.
Well, I wasn't doing anything then.
Yeah, it was. So that was 1861 to 1874, and there was a lot of invention going on, pioneering. And Neptune is a planet of spiritual urges, and it also is escapism, creativity, and intuitiveness. Being in Aries, this is an energy of drive. It is an energy to seek. It's a self-realization, horizons, courageousness. It pushes us to our boundaries, and it pushes us to innovations and technology. So it's positive. It can be positive, right? Okay. But the problem can be, it's the self-awareness. It's the self-actualization. It's the pushing of the species of mankind.
Oh, that's a heavy push.
It is a heavy push because we as a species, this is moving us, propelling us forward, whether we want to or not. And we also have to remember during this time period, you were coming out of the Civil War. We were coming out of a terrible, terrible time. And we were having to pick up the pieces of our nation.
Yeah,
and there were other civil wars going on. It wasn't just it was global. There was the French Revolution. There were Prussian. There were all kinds of wars all over. It wasn't just America, and it was like so there was tension before this innovation. So we'll see what this happens. We'll see what it means.
Well, actually, as I remember right, there was a lot of artillery invention about then
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah,
things became a lot more deadly.
January 27th, Mars will conjunct Pluto at 3 degrees Aquarius. Yeah, Mars and Pluto. Okay, yeah. This transit brings in high emotions and strong desires into the evening and into the next day. And it happens at 6:01 p.m. We may feel the need to pull our big adult pants up and plow through our objectives like the energy of a bull, okay? Throwing ourselves into work or play at 110% conviction. There is no gray area right now. We may be careful. We have to be careful not to self-destruct by overdoing everything and anything. This is good for Aquarians, rough for Leos, and challenging for the Tauruses and the Scorpios. And finally, Mercury will conjunct Venus at 14 degrees Aquarius at 5:15 on January 29th at 5:15 a.m. This transit will bring an energy to where the mind and the heart meet. I like that. We feel the importance of seeing and saying and doing the right thing at the right time. We may feel easy to be charming. It may feel easy to be charming, gracious, and easy to get along in social situations. Creativity will go into overdrive, and we will feel the need to expand our inner artist. This is good for Aquarians, rough for Leos, and challenging for Scorpios and Tauruses. So that's the cosmic traffic for the end of January. I think we'll go into, again, give my predictions here for the year a little bit. We have more predictions for the year later this next couple podcasts, but these I'm going to kind of give you some tidbits later.
Okay.
But now we're going to talk about the animal.
Yeah, we're going to go with zebra today. I was actually going to go with a kangaroo, and Ben was telling me, Ben and Tom here at BAT were telling me that kangaroo is actually a big topic for the other podcasts, which was kind of strange. But I couldn't find my stuffed kangaroo, so I decided we're going to go with zebra instead. They're so similar, but with the zebra energy invites us to move beyond the black and white and thinking that limits our understanding. Its striking stripes remind us that life rarely fits into tidy little binaries. There are always shades of possibility in between. This energy encourages openness, flexibility, and compassion, especially in relationships. And don't let conflict or differences destroy valuable connections. Harmony can exist within contrast. Zebras live in herds, reminding us of the importance of community and mutual protection. We thrive when we belong. We need to belong to a community. That's just the way we are hardwired. Despite their resemblances to horses. I know some people that resemble horses.
Which end?
Well, I'll leave that go. Zebras are entirely their own species, a lesson in authenticity. Appearances can be deceiving, and things that seem very similar on the surface may hold profoundly different natures beneath. Other people's takes on the zebra is that they symbolize individuality because no two share the same stripe pattern, yet each unique strengthens the whole. Each's uniqueness strengthens the whole herd. And they actually can recognize each other from their patterns.
Oh.
And so they know that Fred over there has that particular pattern and Frida over there has a different one. Their personal power lies not in dominance, but in cooperation and confidence, showing that sharing one's gifts enhances everyone. As prey animals, zebras embody alertness, agility, and a quick sense of danger, yet grounded and sure-footed. Their stripes serve a dual purpose, to stand out and to blend in, reflecting the delicate balance between self-expression and collective harmony. They also represent the pursuit of new and useful knowledge, integrating it with instinct and intuition. Which leads us to that pesky old shadow side. When in shadow, zebra energy may turn to deception, hiding behind illusions or confusing truth with disguise. There may be a tendency to run from conflict instead of confronting it, or to become stubborn and rigid in our thinking. The shadow reminds us to soften, to stay open and flexible and honest, for only then can we see the true beauty of the pattern that we each carry.
Cool. I love zebras. I think they're cool. They are ornery though.
Oh yeah.
They are ornery. They cannot be tamed.
No,
they can turn on you.
Well, most wild animals are that way.
I mean, people assume that because they're horse-like,
Yes.
that they would be like a horse. And even when you cross them with, a donkey or with a mule or with not a mule, but with a horse, they that tendency, that meanness is really strong.
Yeah, that's why they've never been able to be broken to ride.
Never.
It's like,
Stay away from those suckers, man.
yes.
But
It's been tried, but never successfully.
No. But yeah, cool.
So that
I do love.
takes us back to your prognostication.
Yeah. So what I was doing, because people have asked me all the time, make predictions, and like I said, we're going to have a couple astrologers come on. We're going to have Kari come on. Maybe we get her to come on. She's been going through some stuff, but we're going to get her to come on. Maybe I can coax her out of her.
We need to give her time to get herself organized.
But I have a couple of other astrologers who are interested in coming on and making predictions, and of course I've been combing the internet, listening to other people's things. But I decided to go ahead and do a tarot reading on the United States, and I did that like right after the first of the year. I sat and meditated, and
Meditated or vegetated?
I meditated.
Okay, just checking.
And
just
created
checking.
sacred space and all of that. And after going into deep meditation, I went ahead and connected with the spirit of America, if you want to call it that, and laid out the cards. And basically, they were kind of, again, a little confusing because, you're having to deal with a nation and not just one person, right? So you're kind of dealing with a lot of collective energy. But what I was picking up is that in 2026, there is definitely going to be a woman from the South. So I was picking up like maybe the Mexican president, or maybe a president from a South American country, who is going to have a lot of power, or she was going to be like someone who there was something going on around her, like it was very important energy. She was going to be either an adversary, or she was going to be a ally, one of the two. Like she was very powerful,
Okay.
one way or the other.
Yeah, I could think of a couple right off the top of my head that could be.
Right, and so I'm just kind of leaving it open because I couldn't figure out what exactly this woman was going to be. But what I did pick up is that there's definitely coming in by before, I'm going to say September, before August. So I want to say, June, July, August, there is going to be a major secret scandal coming through. So this
Another one?
Another. This is like an affair, and it's going to involve definitely the White House. This is going to be open affairs. You can't hide it. It's going to be brought out.
Are we talking romantic affairs
Yes,
or political affairs?
This is physical affairs.
Okay.
And it's
Just
going to be
wanted
something
to
that cannot be
clear that.
hidden. Yeah, like it's something that just cannot be hidden. So these transgressions will be brought out to, but I don't even know if anybody's going to be shocked at this point. People will just be like, it'll be a very young
Another
woman.
Tuesday.
It'll be a very young woman and an older male. Now, I'm not going to say it's a president. It's going to be the White House. But what's shocking will be the age difference. So it can be like, not necessarily an underage woman. I'm not making those assumptions. I'm just going to say it could be like someone who's like, a 25-year-old woman and a 60-year-old man, or something like that, right? So
May, December kind of thing.
May, December, could be something like that. But it's basically going to have a major effect politically in whatever party is running the White House. It's going to have like one of those effects, right? So it's definitely going to have an effect. What I saw was it was going to be their investigations were going to like kind of stop. It's going to things like the energy was going to stop for a minute, like literally the machine gun of constant drone of chatter was going to stop and really focus on this for a good week, maybe. I don't know.
I was going to say everything right now has an attention span of about 24 hours,
Right.
and they move
that's
on
why
to
I'm saying
something else. It's crazy.
I definitely got that there was this big thing, and this is I'm not making, this is just a prediction from the cards, but I saw where money was going to be locked away. There's something about money locked away and money that cannot be found. So two things were going on, like money locked away and cannot be found. And this wasn't just a little bit of money. This was, and I was being told, like all of the money.
Oh, that's not good.
Like all of the money. So what I was asking, like I said, how much, and what the answer was, all of the money. So the next cards that got pulled showed poverty, showed extreme poverty. It showed, financial.
Like another Great Depression?
Yes.
Oof.
And the death card came up, which was really, the death card never means death, but it means transformation.
Right, changes.
And unfortunately, there are some transits that go on with Donald Trump's chart and the United States chart, where Donald Trump's Mars is in the eighth, not his Mars. His Saturn is in the 8th house of the United States chart. And the 8th house is death and resurrection. And Saturn is karma. So one can look at that a couple different ways, you know. So karma is neither bad nor good, but there is something going on where there is this, you know, kind of inevitable, why are we doing this? What's going on here? So I do feel that there was, you know, something major going on. I got definitely war. I kept getting war, and I kept thinking, I don't think we're gonna avoid war. I think we're gonna have a war. I hate to say it. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. Please make me wrong. Make me wrong.
Yeah.
I want to be wrong.
I want you to be wrong too.
Okay.
I think we all do.
I just make me wrong, but I got war. I got war. And it goes with the vision I had 2 years ago. And I'm just going to stand on it. I think we're headed there, and I think we're closer than we've ever been. And, you know, with what has previously happened, you know, in Venezuela, I'm not making this up. So, I mean, we know there was, you know, they took troops into Venezuela. Okay, that's a fact, Jack. That happened. So there's more to come.
Well, there's going to be, well, with the upheaval that we've been seeing, I mean, there is probably the biggest threat to a World War III that we've seen since World War II.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, one way or the other, right? I am very politically neutral. I care about all my clients. I care about everybody.
And we want cooler heads to prevail.
You know, red, white, and blue. I'm red, white, and blue. I'm on everybody's side. But, you know, the long and the short of it, this is where we go back to Neptune. Neptune in Aries will be for 13 years, and it's a 164-year cycle. We need visionary. It's time to pioneer. We're going to begin this year with 5 planets in the sign of Aquarius.
And that means
5. Aquarius is innovation. It is change. It is. We're going to be idealistic beginning here. Everyone's going to get idealistic. We want to progress. AI. We want to, you know, health, fitness. We want to, you know, make the world better, right?
Right.
There will be innovations. I believe there will be healings. I mean, I think not out of the United States, but I think, you know, European countries, there may be a cure for cancer or Alzheimer's, or something will come up, right?
Well, that would fit in with what you were saying earlier about new innovations.
Yeah. Now, the Mars-Pluto aspect represents modern humanity. We have to recognize that we need to become more self-aware of our humanity and nature and our role on Earth. I think that's what this is about. And it's not a revolution, but an awareness of our impact on the Earth. Right?
And it's kind of you know, a force that has to push back against all the electronics of our age right now as well.
Yeah. Well, so we go back to this really quickly, the Mars, the Mars.
We got like a minute left.
I'm sorry, yeah. So we'll have to wind up another time, because there's a little bit more about, you know, real change that's going to take place. So, you know, I had the predictions kind of give a taste of a little bit. But, you know, I don't like to be a negative, you know, person here.
Well, I didn't take that as negative. There was a lot of possibilities, both good and bad.
Yeah,
and
I believe.
Hopefully we'll find our way down the middle.
Yeah, down the middle. I believe in humanity, though. I believe the best. And I want everyone to be kind to one another. And that's what we are. Be the best we can be.
Yeah, be the best versions of us.
Yeah, take the
All
higher
of
path.
us.
Yeah.
Us, you, everybody.
So this is, I'm Reverend Elizabeth Howell. Catch us on Facebook. Website?
Still no website. I keep forgetting about the website. Hey, I'm doing good with trying to get things caught up with the YouTube channel.
And we will be on TikTok real soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Take care.